Alright, in the last class we have learned a basic introduction about what do you mean by ray optics and what are the different basic terms involved. Towards the end of it, I had taught you something called as what do you mean by ray, what do you mean by beam. In beam, I had not given you the types of beams. There are basically three types of beams, that is parallel, convergent and divergent. So these are the three types of beams. I hope this is visible. Beam is of three types: parallel beam, convergent beam and divergent beam. When you say parallel beam, it simply means that when the rays are all parallel to each other in a beam. You already know that beam is something that is nothing but bundle of rays. Whenever you have a beam, number of rays together will be called as a beam, and in that beam there is different types. One is the parallel beam where the rays are parallel to each other. Convergent, what do you mean by convergent? When something approaches to a single point, it is called as convergent. So convergent beam will be when the rays are reaching a single point, then you can call it as a convergent beam. Coming to divergent beam, divergence meaning when something is moving away from a single point, then it is called as divergent. So here the rays are leaving that single source, then it is called as divergent beam. So this is the basic. If you are not still understanding what is convergent and divergent, you can take an example. When you leave to college, different students come from different part of your city and they are coming and meeting at a single point, that is your college. So this you can give it as example as you are converging at a point. Which is the point of convergence? It is the college. At the time during the evening time, when you leave the college, everyone is going back to their own houses. So basically they are separating from a single point. So that point is called point of divergence and people are diverging. Similarly, put it the same way to the light. What is happening? There is a beam. Beam can be parallel meaning the rays are parallel to each other. Convergent meaning the rays are converging at a single point, and divergent meaning the rays are diverging from a particular point, meaning separating from a single point. Next up, let us move on to what are the properties. What are the properties of light? What are the properties of light? Under the properties of light, the first thing you have already learned, the speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meters per second. This you have already learned in the last class. Then we have learned one more thing. In vacuum, what happens? Okay, in vacuum the speed of light is so much. In vacuum the speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8. The other thing we learned it follows rectilinear propagation. It follows rectilinear propagation, meaning it travels always along a straight path. Then it exhibits reflection, refraction, dispersion and absorption. Now, what do you mean by exhibits? That means light can actually do these things. What are those? One is reflection. Reflection, I think you have already learnt in your schooling that it is basically, the simple example would be in your own houses. When you look at the mirror, what is basically happening? Light from your eyes is falling on the mirror. It is undergoing reflection. That reflection is coming back to your eye, or basically can I say the whole body. Whenever the light falls from the body to the mirror, it is getting reflected. The reflected rays are something that is being observed from your eyes, and that is how you are getting the image of yourself. So similarly, what is refraction? This you will be learning in the upcoming classes. For now, the simple example I can give you is in a bowl of water, or say in a river. Yeah, in a river, say you have a fish. I hope this looks like a fish. Yeah, you have a fish and you are looking it from outside. Yeah, I hope this is your eye. So when you are looking at it, although the fish is here, sometimes what happens is, I think you would have observed it in the swimming pools also, the dark paintings inside the swimming pools, when you are looking at from outside, from the edge of the swimming pool, you will see that those lines are a little bit moved. Although when you actually dive into it and you go and touch it, it is in the actual position. So the actual position of the fish is different from the position which your eyes look at. So maybe the fish is here according to your eyes, but in actual the fish is here. So this happens. How does it happen and what is the phenomena behind it? We need to learn refraction. That we'll be moving in detail in the upcoming classes. Coming to dispersion, you have already learned dispersion. The simple example would be the rainbow formation and the absorption. So these are the basic principles, basic things that the light undergoes, and we will be learning them in detail one by one as we move on in the upcoming classes. Next, it also exhibits interference. It exhibits interference, then it exhibits diffraction and polarization. So light exhibits interference, diffraction and polarization. What does it mean? Interference, diffraction and polarization, these three phenomena have been written differently compared to the first set. The first set of them, this can be explained by using ray optics, whereas the next set that I have written, interference, diffraction and polarization, these three you will be learning by using the wave nature of light. In the last class, I hope you have already listened to it. I had told you that light can be explained in terms of ray optics, it can be explained of wave nature, then it can be explained by quantum nature. So using wave nature, you will be dealing with these things. This will be coming in your wave optics chapter. Coming to the next point, it also exhibits photoelectric effect. It also exhibits photoelectric effect. You don't have to actually write down everything. What I'll be doing is, once I'm done with the class, and whenever you will be seeing these classes, along with that I'll be sharing you the PDFs, or should I say the photos of the books that are there. I know that a lot of students have not yet bought the books. Because of the lockdown, they are not in the position to go and buy the books out. So as I am giving the class, along with that I will be giving you the notes also the textbooks at least, so that you can refer them. What you need to do in the online class, try to observe whatever I am doing here. In the previous class, I know that the camera was focused on the board and I was doing it the way it is actually seen by you in the class. But this time I am doing it on a sheet of paper. Why am I doing it? Because there are a few technical things. Because when we write on the board, it takes a lot of time to write with the chalkpiece, and we have to write bigger. And coming to this thing, I think this is a little bit simple and it is a little faster to draw and write everything. And it is up to you. If you feel that this is okay, then we can move on with this. If you feel this is not okay, we have to go back to the board itself, sir, then inshallah from the upcoming classes I will do it in the board also. So these are the properties. Just go through once, then we'll move forward. Alright, let us move forward. Reflection of light is your next concept. I've just drawn it and then started the recording so that it does not waste your video time. On-screen time has to be reduced, they are telling. So now coming back to this, what do you mean by reflection of light? As I had told you, now let us just observe the figure, what and all I have written. I have written something called as M1, M2. There is a straight line with a few crossed lines below it. Yes. So this is basically known as a plane mirror. This is how you write what do you mean by a plane mirror. What is a plane mirror? Plane mirror is something that you have seen in your houses. Early morning when you get ready, you stand in front of the mirror. That mirror is basically plane. Plane mirror, actual meaning is one side will be a smooth surface which is ready for reflection. The other side of the mirror will be polished, or should I say colored, or say silvered. So what is happening, ek taraf mirror ke they would have applied some sort of opaque color or some sort of material so that it does not travel through. The other side will be the reflecting surface. So this surface M1, M2, I can call it as a reflecting surface. This surface is called reflecting surface. Now coming to what is basically happening here. Now observe point A. We can call point A to be having some source. Say the sun is there. I hope this is the sun. So you have a object, say at A. So from the object there is a ray passing. We are just considering one particular ray to understand this subject better. Let us not over bundle it, just observe with one particular ray. Now see that the ray is falling from A and it is moving and it is incident on B. Yeah, so what is happening? This AB is called the incident ray. Since it is being applied on the mirror, it is the first ray, so it is the incident ray. Once it is incident, what is happening? It is going in this direction. It is undergoing reflection. It is undergoing reflection. So what is happening here? BC is called the reflected ray, and AB is called incident ray, BC is called reflected ray. Angle between AB and BN. What is BN? BN is the normal at the point of incidence. Normal का मतलब है, it is just an imaginary line drawn for our understanding, yeah, and it is always drawn perpendicular to the reflecting surface. Yes, wherever, समझो कि if AB point was somewhere here, if B was somewhere here, I would have drawn straight lines over here. So that's how it is. So wherever the light is incident, light ray is incident, that is where you draw a perpendicular and you call that perpendicular as a normal at the point of incidence. So point of incidence is B. So AB is the incident ray. Angle between incident ray and the normal is called angle of incidence. And I repeat, angle between incident ray and the normal is called angle of incidence. Angle between reflected ray and the normal is called angle of reflection. Angle of reflection. So this is the basic that you know, and there are laws of reflection. Under the laws of reflection, the first law, I hope this is a basic topic that you have learned in your schooling also. The first law is the angle of incidence. The angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. So you can see here, at whatever angle the incident ray is falling, at the same angle the reflected ray will go away. So this is how he is saying angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. We are not proving this right now. In the future, what our concept is, we are not studying reflection in detail. In the future we will be learning refraction in detail. Under refraction again we will prove how they are equal. Even refraction also follows some of the laws which reflection follows. So this is your first law. Coming to the second law. The second law says the incident ray, reflected ray and the normal. Incident ray, reflected ray and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. All lie in the same plane. Meaning now, for example, this is your incident ray. This is coming like this. Yes, at this point, or say this is the point. Okay, let me have something. Yeah. So this is your mirror. Yeah. This is the incident ray. Once it is falling at this point, yeah, this is your normal. Reflected ray will come this way. So now incident ray, normal and the reflecting ray, reflected ray, all these three, yeah, the incident ray, normal and the reflected ray, all these three are in the plane, same plane. What is that plane? The plane of the paper. Yes, so that is what he is trying to tell you in the second particular law, that the incident, okay, I'll just write down in shortcut, AB, then BN and BC are in same plane. That is what he means when he says the incident ray, the normal and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. So this is the basic of your reflection concept. Now moving on to the next part. What do you mean by a image? What do you mean by a image? Image is really simple to understand. It is nothing but, can I call it as geometrical replica of object. Well, let me check if it is visible. Yeah, geometrical replica of object. What does it mean? So image, basically when you stand in front of the mirror, what is happening? You are seeing your own image. So what is that image? It is basically whatever the light rays that are there, after following through a few passage or say some phenomena, it is forming at one end. That formation is nothing but similar and identical to the object that is standing. It will not happen that you will be standing in front of the mirror and your younger brother will be shown in the mirror. It is not possible. Yes or no? So whenever you stand, your own image will be seen from the mirror. How it is seen and how it is happening, that we'll learn in the future classes as we learn what are the different kinds of mirrors, how the mirror works, and what is the basic thing behind it. Before moving forward, another two small definitions, let us finish it off so that it becomes easy. Yeah, the first, under image one, there is something called as real image. Yeah, and there is something called as virtual image. So real image and virtual image. Under real image, okay, the one more definition of image that is given in your book is, if rays of light starting from a point meet another point after reflection, then the point is called the image of the first point. So this particular definition is based on reflection only. So generally what we can tell is, image is nothing but geometrical replica of the object. If you are not able to understand what I am telling, see what happens is, in the classes, when we take the classes as teachers, we usually look at your faces, we understand that what is the level, whether you have understood or not. From your reactions itself, you understand that we need to repeat. Yeah, but in an online class, whenever I am recording it and I am giving to you in the online basis, I cannot understand whether I have to repeat or not. So the best way for this is, what you need to do is, those people who are sharp enough, they will get it in the first time they watch the video. Those who are of the habit that they can learn once or twice after repeating, that is when they understand. That is also good. Yeah, so what you need to do is, whenever you are not able to understand, for example, I just taught you properties of light. When I taught you properties of light, there may be a few students who would have understand in the first time when I wrote it. A few students who will, what they need to do is, they need to rewind the video and they need to start looking at it once again. So what you need to do is, whenever I am teaching, first time you just listen. If you are not understanding, go back to the video, listen it once again from the topic. For example, you have understood till properties of light, you didn't understand what is reflection. Take the video back, again start with what is reflection and what and all I told. Still you don't understand after reading it or after listening it once or twice or thrice, still you are not understanding, then personally just message me. I'll try to I'll make it a point that you understand it in a proper way. Okay, coming back to what is image. Geometrical replica of the object is called image. Image में दो किस्म के हैं, real image and virtual image. Under real image, what do you mean by real image? That is which can be caught on screen. Real image is one which can be caught on screen. Virtual image is that which can be seen but cannot be caught on screen. What is the meaning of it? Real image is something like the image is actually formed and you can get it to be on a screen, whereas virtual itself means that it is not available. Yeah, the best example for virtual image would be, for example, when you are traveling on a highway, you are sitting in the front seat of the car, and when you are going, or the bus, wherever. So when you are going in a broad daylight, meaning somewhere around, समझो 12 बजे 1 बजे, yeah. So at that time, when you are going when you are traveling through a journey on the highway, if it is a straight long road, you will always see on the road a small patch of water kind of a thing. You will see that patch of water is basically not there over there. You do not have water on the road, but you will see a small shadow kind of a thing or a patch of it. What is that? It is actually called as mirage. What is that mirage? It is something which is virtual. It does not exist, but you happen to see it. यानी कोई ऐसी चीज़ है जो दिखाई देती है, लेकिन when you go there, it is not actually there. So that is what is called as virtual image. Real image, something that can be actually present over there. So that is the difference. Now in detail, if I have to tell you about virtual image, for example, say I hope this space will be enough. Yeah. For example, this is your plane mirror. Yeah. This is you standing here. Yeah. Understanding. Now once the rays fall from you, yeah, after plane mirror it undergoes reflection. Yes or no? So once they undergo reflection, they will reflect in such a manner that they will diverge. If you can see these two rays, as they are coming, they are diverging away, they are moving away from a particular point. But where is that point? You cannot see. How will you see that point? You will see it by extending. Yes or no? So this is the point wherein you will see your image. So when you look at in the mirror, you are looking, you can see an image of yourself that is completely identical to you. But the thing is, it is not actually present. Yes or no? It is not actually present. It is just a virtual thing. So if these two rays were to converge at a particular point, then I could have called it as a real image. But कोई चीज जब rays are not meeting at a point, but we are extending it backwards, यानी सच्चाई में वो है नहीं, but we are finding out अगर सच में वो होता तो कहाँ होता. Yeah. So if you extend it backwards, you are getting a point. So this is the point wherein you will see your own image of the object of you being standing there. So this is what is called as virtual image. Great. In a proper detail, when will you understand these two? Once you start, once we start with the what do you mean by a mirror? Yeah. What do you mean by mirror? What do you mean by lens? Yeah. When you understand these two, okay, E is not there. When you have mirror and lens, when you understand these two, and once I start drawing what is a lens and how the object is placed in front of it, what happens to it, the rays, through the rays I'll just explain it to you how the image is formed at the other point of it. Yeah. So once we move in the further classes, you will get better understanding in what is real and what is virtual. For now, what you need to understand is real का मतलब जो सच में है, virtual मतलब झूठा है, दिखाई तो देता है मगर है नहीं. So that is what you need to understand till here. In the next class, we will move in further detail. Thank you.